trail or let the market continue down. So those are the types of things you want to do when you have to trail. So again, if you have a natural out in terms of say it was making swings down into the target, you could trail above a swing. You can trail at a fixed percentage. You can trail with a dollar amount, and then the rest is whether you want to use momentum or not. I think when I use AutoChart is when it breaks hard into the zone and say it hits the maximum level, my target, then I sometimes trail right above the minimum target. So I put my stop above the top of that zone after it already goes through it. Because sometimes the moves are fairly quickly and they go through it pretty fast. But you can see in a lot of the patterns that even when it goes through a target zone, that it often has return motion and it goes back to it at some point later. So it's pretty reliable. Those target zones are pretty reliable. Okay, next question is how about the inverse head and shoulders pattern? I am going to do that at one point in the future. I will do the inverse head and shoulders pattern. Pretty much the same rules, except it's looking for bottoms. We would have to choose bull market of inverse pattern. Yes. Yeah, you're looking at any patterns that suggest up moves to limit the amount of searches that AutoChart find. You can set your patterns to bear or bull patterns, or to any bias that you have. Does AutoChart automatically show your target zone? Yes, it does. On completed patterns, once the market is completed, that pattern should show up. That box should show up, as well as it should identify the minimum and the maximum price level of the box. Thank you, Kimmy, for the compliment. Do you tackle the inverse head and shoulders? We're going to be doing that at an upcoming webinar. I'm going to be covering. I'm going to try to do every chart pattern like this for 45 minutes to an hour in the next upcoming weeks, so we can pick out the intricacies of each pattern. I'm also going to cover every quality indicator individually also, so we can talk about and look at the influences of a quality indicator or a clarity indicator and a uniformity indicator on each particular pattern. I may be looking at filtering some of these patterns for individual markets. We also have we have webinars that I've done before on trending and non-trending patterns. So we'll be getting to those, but definitely are going to cover head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders later.
Hi, James.
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt. So I think we're going to have to wrap things up now. For the people who are still in our training room, you're more than welcome to email us, techsupport@autocharters.com, or if you'd like to make contact with James directly, you can do that by sending him an email. His address is james@autocharters.com. And then we're going to see you back here next week.
Yes. Thank you very much for attending.
Okay,
Have a great weekend.
Thank you, James.
Thank you, Yvette.